Alright, now that I got your attention, no, I'm not quitting YouTube. Happy April Fools. Donate to my Ko-Fi. Let's talk for a sec. Okay, so, not too sure I want to go about starting this, considering I tend to start these kinds of videos on a whim, you know? But I guess I'll just go ahead and kind of start by just saying, like, yeah, this is just gonna be me just talking for a bit about just kind of stuff that's on my mind, because I have a few concerns about the state of, like, YouTube, my work in general, and just my life. And I just kind of wanted to just throw out stuff that could be a possibility, you know, just some things that could potentially happen within the next, like, this year. So first things first, I'll just go ahead, I'll just go down this list of notes I have. It's just starting off, like, motivation. You might be noticing I've been a little, like, slow on stuff overall the past, like, couple months. Frequently taking, like, week-long, 2-week-long, just not really uploading anything. And that just kind of boils down to I've just kind of been simultaneously just demotivated because of, like, school and everything, and also just trying to get a job for myself, which has gone absolutely terribly because I still don't have a job, even though I've tried to get one. And at this point, got like another month left of school. I'm not getting a job before then. I'm hoping the summer will give me something, but, you know. Basically, it's just been, I've been kind of not feeling the absolute greatest in that regard, and just in general, I haven't been too satisfied with my work as a whole. Even as of recent, I'm kind of like, I'm just not happy with what I've been making. It's kind of one of those things where it's just kind of like, I've just kind of been doing what I usually do, and it's just kind of worked for me. But the problem with that is that it gets to a point where you're kind of tired of just kind of making the same thing over and over again. And that's kind of, I feel like my content's just kind of devolved into. It's just, I play a game or I play a Friday Night Funkin' mod, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, and then that's it. You know, it's kind of one of those things where I've been really struggling to branch outside of that. Because, one, it takes a lot more work, it takes more effort, and two, I feel like half the time it's not really worth putting in that effort. It's just not worth doing all that when I could just do what works best. Because, like, YouTube's starting to get to a point where it's still technically a hobby for me, but it's also kind of one of those things where it's a hobby I spend a lot of time on. It's a thing that I spend hours on in, like, a day, potentially. You know, like, having to record and then edit everything, drawing the thumbnails and everything, just doing all that. It takes a lot of time, and I'm already not exactly someone who has a ton of free time to begin with. Because, like, I'm in college. I have classes to deal with and all of that. I'm kind of out and about very frequently. Especially as, like, you know, hanging out with my friends a lot. You know, I tend to be kind of busy. So it's kind of one of those things where, as is, I don't have the most amount of time to just kind of dedicate myself to YouTube, which is kind of one reason I've also been just not branching out as much. That, and also, I just don't tend to, whenever I do go out of my way to make something that takes a lot more time and effort, I'll be happy with it, like, when it releases, and then, like, a week or two later, I'm just like, man, this kind of is mid. I don't like it very much. It's happened with it's pretty much happened with all the big stuff I've done, like FNF covers, even, like, my reviews of, like, the 2 reviews I did. Well, I don't think they're bad. I'm just kind of like, they could be so much better. You know, it might just be, maybe it's like a slight bit of perfectionism, or maybe it's just maybe it's just kind of the issue of I never feel satisfied with my own work ever. It could just be I compare myself too often. I don't know. And it's just kind of one of those things where all that just kind of compiles in on itself, and it just kind of leads to a point where I'm just kind of demotivated, and I don't want to work on anything, even though I know for a fact if I really put in the effort, I could make something, like, really, like, something I would continue to enjoy. It's just, it's just that I feel like it just isn't worth it. Especially since you know, it's getting to a point where I'm focusing on the numbers. The numbers say a lot. I focus on numbers a bit myself, because it's getting to a point where I kind of want to start trying to see if I can, like, get this YouTube thing off the ground a bit more financially wise, because the job stuff has been abysmal. It's kind of one reason I've been very tempted to just start like kind of shilling out my Ko-Fi a little bit more, just have people donate to that. Because it's just kind of like, it's at a point where I'm very unsure about my future. I'm also kind of scared about like the future, to be honest. I'm just worried that like things just won't pan out the way they should, you know? It's like I try to get a job and all that, everything falls flat. I try to, even my education, I try to do well in classes and I end up doing crap. That's been an issue as of late as well. My confidence in like doing well, it's kind of been shot a bunch recently, and that's kind of been fun as well. It's just kind of one of those things where, especially with the degree I'm going for, I'm kind of like, it's been drilled into my head that life is probably gonna get very eventful, and that's just kind of been messing with me a lot. So that's fun. Doesn't help that one of the teachers in particular makes it very clear that we're fucked. The world is screwed, everything's going to hell, and we're all going down with it. So that's always exciting and motivating. It definitely wants me to keep going with this. But yeah, I'm like, it's just all that. I don't know. And it's just kind of like, I'm getting to a point where it's like, I'm beginning to wonder if I'm going to have the time to keep doing YouTube in general at this point. I might have to get to a point where I gotta like start focusing on the job aspect. I gotta start focusing on getting the money. I might have to have this YouTube thing be put on the back burner, because I'm a little worried. That's just kind of what the main thing of this is. I'm just kind of worried, I'm just very unsure about everything. It's not exactly the best thing in the world, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I've been feeling like this since the beginning of the year. Let's be real here. It's becoming more and more prevalent, and it's becoming more and more of a thing of just like, I gotta talk about it at some point because it's kind of driving me insane. It really is. Because it just kind of feels like no matter what I try to do, it just kind of feels like it's never really enough for me. I never feel truly happy with anything I do anymore. And it's getting to a point where it's like, what can I do? I'm not sure how to fix any of this. I don't know if I can fix any of it. I want to try doing the stuff I wanted to do. I have all these ideas and stuff, but like, is it truly worth it? Will people care? I don't know. I hope it's making a little bit of sense, because yeah, I kind of turned this on a whim. I wanted to talk about this at some point, because like it's been slowly, like mentally, it's just kind of been like, I don't know. I'm beginning to really like question whether this is worth it or not. So we'll see. I don't know. It might just be I stick to the usual gaming stuff. Maybe it might just be maybe I'll try doing the more complicated stuff. But that's if people really want to see it, That's if I know people are going to watch it, which I cannot guarantee half the time. Because one of those things where it's like, you can't really entertain anybody. Because I've made it clear, like, I want to do YouTube to entertain people. You can't really do that when no one notices it. You can't really entertain people with your entertainment if no one sees it. And I try to get my stuff out there. I try to do this and that, but there's only so much I can really do. And just, more and more, I'm just slowly starting to think like it may genuinely just be worth at this point just stick to being an FNF YouTuber. I don't know. It's easy enough. It's simple. And I enjoy playing the game a lot, so I just stick to that. I don't know. I think it's a very elongated way of just saying I'm just demotivated. I might just maybe I just need a break or something, but like, even then, I'm just very unsure. And I'm more just kind of asking like, what can I do? Is there anything I can do at this point? So, yeah, that's kind of it really. I don't know. I'm not expecting this to be the longest thing ever. I just wanted to just sit down for a second and talk, because sometimes that's just good to do. But yeah, I don't know. I might try to see if I can do some changes to the channel. Maybe I focus a little less on making videos. Maybe I try doing the live streaming thing more often. Haven't done a stream in a while, and maybe that could be my calling. Instead of just like focusing on all the editing and everything, I just kind of do something live. I do it, get it done. Doesn't even have to be for that long. It could be like an hour or two, and then just kind of move on with my day. Maybe that might be worth looking into. But I don't know. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I figured a video like this would be better than just a big community post full of word salad. Not that this isn't word salad, but you know, because like I feel like it's been almost like it's been about a quarter into 2025, and I feel like all the goals I've had, like literally any goal I've had, I haven't hit it. I've just been very stagnant, and nothing has been done, and that kind of really sucks, you know. I have all these expectations for myself, and I just haven't hit any of them. I haven't reached those expectations, and it kind of messes with you a little bit, you know? I don't know. You know, maybe I'm just, this whole thing could just be me overthinking everything. I tend to do that a lot, I won't deny that. So maybe it's just, I'm overthinking it, I should relax a little. Not everything's as bad as it seems. Maybe it is. Who knows? I just wanted to talk. Hopefully this doesn't have to be a common thing anymore. I would much prefer to just do what I enjoy doing. And you know what? Maybe maybe the time will come where I will actually be like motivated to pump out more like good stuff, like actually good content, you know? Maybe I'll actually work on those FNF covers I've been wanting to get to, but never done anything with. Who knows? Thank you guys so much for the support, though, I will say, because genuinely it does mean a lot. Clearly I'm doing something right. We're almost at 3K subs. That means something. Clearly I haven't failed yet. Clearly I can still do something. Right? So, I don't know, maybe it's just I'm trying to have a cry for help or something, who knows. Thank you guys for listening to my insane ramblings again. I should probably stop doing this, stop doing this, but what can you do? At the end of the day, I can't really bottle up my emotions that much. At least I shouldn't. Because that's just going to cause more problems in the future. And I don't want my content to start suffering from me being a depressed little shit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and leave this off here, though. Thank you guys for tuning into this. Happy April Fools. Keep it clean. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.